Good evening to the connoisseurs of fame, the seekers of hidden truths, and the dedicated patrons of the Mr. Magazine archives. Welcome back to the sanctuary where we do not merely glance at the headlines, we dissect the soul of the story. Tonight, the city of Istanbul serves as our backdrop, a metropolis of ancient secrets and modern obsessions. We are turning our investigative lens toward the reigning royalty of Turkish television, Afra Saraçoğlu and Mert Ramazan Demir. What was scripted to be a serene, romantic interlude under the moonlight devolved into a complex sequence of maneuvers reminiscent of a high-stakes espionage thriller. We witnessed a night that began with unity, transitioned into tension, and concluded with a divide-and-conquer exit strategy that has left the entire industry whispering. Was this a masterclass in media management, or the first tremor of an emotional earthquake? Before we step into the shadows of that fateful evening, I must ask you to solidify your place in our community. If you value depth over superficial gossip, please press the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And for the elite observers among us, those who crave the uncensored, granular analysis that we cannot air to the general public, I extend a personal invitation to click the join button. Your patronage keeps the lights on and the investigations running. Now, are you ready to decode the silence? Let us begin. The narrative of this peculiar evening commences not with conflict, but with the illusion of perfection. The setting was one of Istanbul's most illustrious dining establishments, a venue where the culinary arts are rivaled only by the exclusivity of its clientele. It is the sort of place where the city's elite retreat to escape the prying eyes of the mundane world, enveloped in dim amber lighting and the soft hum of jazz. When Afra Saraçoğlu and Mert Ramazan Demir arrived, the atmosphere outside the venue shifted instantaneously. The air, previously thick with the humidity of the Bosphorus, became charged with the frantic electricity of the paparazzi. Their entrance was a tableau of harmony. Stepping from their vehicle, they presented a united front that seemed impenetrable. They faced the blinding stroboscopic assault of the flashbulbs with the practiced grace of veterans who have lived their lives behind the lens. Smiles were exchanged, poses were struck, and for that brief, shining moment, they offered the voracious media exactly what it craved, the undeniable image of Turkey's power couple, basking in the glow of their shared success. It was a scene straight out of a fairy tale, suggesting that the chemistry we witness on the set of Yoli Kapkini is merely a reflection of a profound off-screen reality. However, as the heavy doors of the restaurant closed behind them, sealing them off from the chaotic street, the narrative began to fracture. Inside the sanctuary, where the clinking of crystal and the murmur of private conversations usually provide a shield, the energy at their table reportedly underwent a metamorphosis. Observers, who initially noted the couple's jovial demeanor and light-hearted banter with fellow patrons, sensed a gradual cooling of the temperature as the hours progressed. The shadow of the outside world has a way of seeping through even the thickest velvet curtains. The knowledge that a legion of cameras was camped outside, waiting for their re-emergence like hunters stalking prey, seemed to weigh heavily on the evening. The romantic spontaneity that likely defined the start of the dinner appeared to dissolve, replaced by the rigid tension of strategy. It is a burden few of us can comprehend. Imagine trying to enjoy a delicate meal while mentally choreographing your walk to the car to avoid a scandal. This brings me to a question for you, my discerning viewers. Do you believe that this level of intrusion is simply the price of fame, or have we, as a culture, crossed a line into harassment? Where does the actor end and the public property begin? I am genuinely curious about your ethical stance on this. Please, share your thoughts in the comments section below. As the night deepened and the coffee was served, the physical dynamic between Afra and Mert reportedly shifted from intimate to industrious. The laughter subsided, replaced by serious whispers and furrowed brows. It became increasingly evident to onlookers that they were no longer merely dining. They were plotting a tactical withdrawal. The romantic evening had transformed into a logistical puzzle. And the solution they arrived at was one that would send shockwaves through the tabloid ecosystem. When the moment of departure arrived, the couple executed a maneuver that was less lovers leaving dinner and more diplomats fleeing a coup. The decision was made to split up. The unity they had displayed upon arrival was abandoned for a pragmatic, perhaps even desperate, separation. Mert Ramazan Demir, embodying the protective archetype he portrays so well on screen, volunteered for the role of the decoy. He chose the path of most resistance. Striding through the main entrance, he threw himself directly into the lion's den. He met the wall of photographers head-on, his demeanor brisk and confident, effectively drawing the chaotic energy of the press toward himself. He became the lightning rod, absorbing the shouts, the questions, and the blinding lights, creating a diversion of noise and motion. While Mert occupied the front line, Afra Saraçoğlu initiated the second phase of their plan. In a sequence that felt cinematic in its execution, she navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the restaurant to locate the service exit. It is a stark contrast, the glamour of the red carpet replaced by the utility of a back door, usually reserved for deliveries and staff. But it wasn't merely the location of her exit that has ignited a firestorm of speculation, it was her demeanor. Witnesses who caught a glimpse of the starlet emerging from the shadows describe a figure far removed from the radiant woman who had entered hours earlier. Her expression was described as taut, her eyes clouded with a mixture of fatigue and frustration. The smile was gone, replaced by a look of intense preoccupation. This solitary departure, cloaked in secrecy, provided immediate ammunition for the gossip columns. Was Mert's frontal assault a chivalrous act to shield her from the mob? Or was the physical distance between them a manifestation of an emotional chasm that had opened up over the course of the meal? Before we delve into the most mysterious detail of the night, let's take a brief pause. If you are enjoying this detailed breakdown and want to support the channel, please hit the like button. It helps our content reach more truth seekers like yourself. And a gentle reminder, our joined members get exclusive badges and priority replies in the comments. It is the best way to directly support the Mr. Magazine team. Now, we must focus on the singular moment that has turned this story from a standard celebrity sighting into a legitimate mystery. Eyewitnesses lingering near the rear alleyway reported a specific, jarring sequence of actions. Immediately after bursting through the heavy steel of the service door, amidst the adrenaline of the escape, Afra did not rush into the safety of her waiting vehicle. Instead, she paused. In that fragile second between exposure and safety, she pulled out her phone. Witnesses claim she stared at the screen with an intensity that froze the moment. She read a message, a text, a notification, a signal, and her expression, while unreadable to the distant observer, conveyed a sense of urgent gravity. Only after absorbing this digital communication did she dive into the car and speed away into the darkness of Istanbul. This fleeting interaction with her phone has become the Rosetta Stone of the entire evening. The theories are as varied as they are compelling. Who was on the other end of that connection? Was it Mert, sending a tactical update from the front lines? Perhaps a message reading, "The press is swarming me, go now, don't look back." This would support the theory of a coordinated, Bonnie and Clyde-style escape against the paparazzi. Or, does the narrative take a darker turn? Was the message the final word in an argument that had soured the dinner? Some speculate that the separate cars were not a strategy against the press, but a necessity born of conflict, that they simply could not bear the confinement of a shared vehicle. The look on Afra's face, described as tense and somber, lends some weight to this more melancholic interpretation. There is also the possibility of external factors. In the high-pressure world of Turkish television, where ratings are war and scripts are law, could the message have been business-related? A sudden change in shooting schedules, a crisis on set, or news that demanded an immediate separation of ways. Regardless of the content of the digital text, the optics remain undeniable and somewhat jarring. A couple that arrived as a singular, harmonious unit departed as two distinct, isolated entities, putting physical distance between themselves with an urgency that felt palpable. The contrast is the story. This incident highlights a recurring theme in the lives of Afra and Mert. They seem trapped in a paradoxical cycle where their attempts to secure privacy only serve to amplify the public's fascination. By trying to outrun the narrative, they inadvertently feed it. Their discreet separation was designed to lower the temperature, to avoid the chaos of a joint exit, but ironically, it has only turned up the heat on the rumor mill. We must also consider the Yoli Kapkini factor. The audience is so invested in the turbulent romance of Saren and Ferit that lines often blur. When fans see tension in real life, they instinctively overlay the dramatic templates of the show onto the actors. Are we witnessing a real-life lovers' quarrel, or are we simply projecting our desire for drama onto two tired professionals who just wanted to go home? I am incredibly curious to hear who else you would like us to investigate on this channel. Are you interested in the hidden lives of stars like Kerem Bürsin, Hande Erçel, or perhaps the rising stars of the new season? Let us know in the comments. We tailor our investigations to your demands. As we wait for the dust to settle, the fans are left in a state of suspended animation. Will there be a clarifying post on Instagram? A casual selfie on an Instagram story designed to dispel the rumors of a rift? Or will they choose the path of silence, allowing the mystery of the backdoor exit and the secret text to become part of their lore? 1 dinner. 2 exits. 1 mysterious message. Whether this was a stroke of logistical genius or a sign of trouble in paradise, one fact remains absolute: Afra Saraçoğlu and Mert Ramazan Demir possess an uncanny ability to keep the world talking, even when they say nothing at all. We will keep our eyes fixed on their digital footprints, watching for any sign of what that message might have contained. Until the truth reveals itself, I leave the verdict to you, our jury. Was this a strategic retreat or a romantic rift? Thank you for spending your time with Mr. Magazine. If this deep dive satisfied your curiosity, please destroy that like button and share this video with your fellow fans. And to our join members, thank you for being the executive producers of our content. Your support allows us to dig deeper. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a headline. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your intuition sharp. Goodbye.